everybody, my name is Danni Wells and I'm going to address a question that I've been asked quite a lot recently, and that is, why do I choose to persevere in a self-employed role as a skincare and nutrition consultant? Why do I do that as opposed to doing your average job, like a job that most people do? So why do I choose to do something different to the ordinary, let's say? So I wanted to address that because it's really hard to respond back to people with like a short answer because it's quite in depth. So I'm going to give you a bit of an overview. When I was employed by somebody else, so I have had numerous jobs. My main job was working in an optician for 7 years, but I have had numerous other jobs as well throughout my 30 years so far. I know it's not actually that long, but in that time frame. And there is definitely pros and cons to working for somebody else and having a job. And I would say the biggest pro is that you show up for work, you give up, you exchange so many hours and you exchange so much of your energy and effort. So for most people, it's usually 9 till 5, so 8 hours. They exchange that time in their life, in that day, so they're never going to get that time back again. So they're giving it up. They're giving up some of their energy and effort to do something, whether it's like manual labour, physical or mental, or just doing something, providing some sort of service, and they get a paycheck for that. So it's like, here's my time, energy and effort, here's a paycheck. So you're having like that swap. And for most people, once they leave that job at the end of the day, they don't really have to think about it. They just go home and get on with the rest of their lives. But you're committed, for most people, to 40 hours a week doing that. And I know for some people it's more, some people it's less, but on average about 40 hours a week. And you commit to that until you retire. And most people do that because they want to live. They want to pay their bills, they want to pay for food, they want to pay to go on holiday once or twice a year, and so they're willing to do that so that they can have the life that they want. And for most people, they don't know that there is a different way. They don't really know, because you kind of hear a lot of people say, I can't afford it, they don't really like their job, they would rather be not working. And when you say, so are you looking for something else then? They're like, no. And you're like, oh, so you're going to retire doing what you're doing? And they say, yeah. And you're like, but you don't enjoy it. And it's baffling to some people, but it's because they don't know there's an alternative. You just put up with it because you don't know there's any other way. And I certainly didn't. And when I started being self-employed, I tried a few different self-employed roles. It's hard work. It's really hard work being self-employed, especially if you've got to rent your own property, pay for staff, pay for the overheads. And if that business that you're running doesn't create a revenue, it's not generating an income, you've still got to pay for your staff, you've still got to pay for your overheads, you've still got to pay for your property that you're renting. So when you own your own business, you tend to spend the first few years in non-profit. So you're at a loss until eventually you're building up that business and that client base of whatever it is that you're offering value of to start making a profit. So it's really hard work, and you usually have to work 7 days a week. You don't ever like stop work at 5 o'clock and that's it. It's constantly on your mind. So it's hard work being self-employed. So when I started becoming a consultant, an Arbonne consultant, it kind of combined the best of both worlds, because yes, I'm self-employed, so I choose my own hours, I pick and choose when I work, I pick and choose who I work with, you know, I get to choose to work with people that I really like spending time with, and I get to offset all of my expenses like you do in a self-employed role, which is fantastic. So from a tax point of view, it's absolutely fantastic, like a tax haven, and it's a lot of fun, it's something you're passionate about, and you don't have a boss, so you get all of those advantages. But you don't have the disadvantages of being self-employed, where you've got to pay all these overheads and pay for this property and pay for your staff and all of that. So you've got the benefits of what a job would give you. So you've got like an umbrella over you. I have the umbrella of Arbonne over me. So I've got the website that's done for me that I don't have to pay for. Your initial sign-up fee of £56 covers all of that for life, which is fantastic. I've got all of my marketing that's already done. I've got my own customer service team, which is in Irvine, California, and I've got a UK team, and in every other market that we're in, there's a customer service team in that market. So in Taiwan, in Poland, in Canada, which is fantastic, in Australia, New Zealand. So you've kind of got the best of both worlds, which sounds great. Now for me, and for most other people out there, it sounds absolutely fantastic. It's like tick, 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 tick. The only thing is, it sounds too good to be true, okay? And that is exactly what I thought and what a lot of people think. It does sound too good to be true. If it's so good, why is not everybody doing it? So I'm going to answer that, because I have seen over the past nearly 3 years, a lot of people get excited about the concept of becoming an Arbonne consultant, simply switching brands, so taking out their bathroom and their dressing table and their kitchen, all the crap, all the toxins, and replacing it with Arbonne products, having a shower, using the products, and then talking about what they think. Sounds dead simple, and obviously it's not expensive to start. You're looking at £56 to start your business. Your website's all set in. But I say to people, when you start an Arbonne business, it's like buying a gym membership. You pay for your membership, so you pay for your Arbonne website, 50 quid or 56, and then it's up to you what you do with that gym membership. But you cannot just get a gym membership and then be where you want to be. You have to actually do something with it. And that's the same as having an Arbonne business. You have to do something with it. And it all comes down to you, because everybody that starts a business has the exact same website, the exact same products, the exact same chance as the next person. But some people flourish and some people don't. So what is that? Like, why is that? So I'm going to address that, because I've seen this. I've seen this with my own eyes. I've seen people succeed massively, and I've seen people not even get off the start line. And what it comes down to is it worth your time? Is it a good exchange of value for your time? Not always money. Now, some people might think, is something a good exchange of your money? But actually, time is more precious than money. So if you only had, let's say, £30,000, and that was all you had, would you use all of that £30,000 to go and buy yourself a Mercedes? Or, which is obviously a really great car, or would you buy yourself a £10,000 Peugeot and then have the rest of it to use for a holiday and clothes and, you know, different bits and pieces? Every single person that you talk to will have different ideas of how they want to spend £30,000. And it's what they see as being a good exchange of values. Now, some people will spend £30,000 on a Mercedes because they see £30,000 of their money swap for a Mercedes as a really good exchange. But some people would not. They'll be like, what a waste of money, it's really expensive. They won't see the value in it. Another really good example is if anybody's got children, clothes. Now, a lot of us will pay a couple of quid for Primark clothes. It's absolutely fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people will spend £10-20 on Next clothes, or Zara, or H&M, or Joules. Nothing wrong with that, but it's a difference of price. Why? Still getting clothes. It's a value exchange. So you see that money in exchange for that product. Do I want to exchange this money for that product? Yes or no? People are different. Everybody's different. So in this business, we have to exchange something to receive this business, to get this business up and running. We have to see it as worth our time and energy. And what we have to do is be willing to learn the 7 skills. There's only 7 skills to be a network marketing professional. And they say it takes about 10,000 hours of practice to master these 7 skills, okay? So that takes time. Now, most people, when they go to be a doctor or they go to university to do a degree in something specialist, it takes about 10,000 hours, which is about 4 years, roughly, to be a specialist in that area. Being an Arbonne consultant is no different. You still need to put time and energy and effort into being a specialist, being credible, learning these skills. But the great thing is you can earn while you learn. As long as you accept in the beginning, you're going to be rubbish. And you have to accept that, like anything. You're going to be absolutely rubbish in the beginning. But if you keep going, you're going to build upon those skills. But it does take time to get better. And you have to think about this. If you had a consultant that was talking to you about skincare or nutrition or even buying a car or buying a holiday, you would want a credible consultant. You wouldn't really want somebody that had just started yesterday, was not interested in doing training, was not interested in learning, was not actually that bothered themselves, especially if they were a skincare consultant talking to you about toxic-free products and how important they are, and then you go into their house and in their bathroom, their hand wash is like a toxic product from Poundland. You'd be like, what? So you have to build upon that credibility. And it has to be worth an exchange of your time to build upon those, get into those 10,000 hours of time. You have to be willing to commit to online training, to learning the skills, to learning about the products, to learning about the culture, to learning how to be a great consultant, to learn how to meet new people, to build upon your customer base, because your customer base is not going to be the people that you know. It never is, whether you're a hairdresser, a tiler, an accountant. It's not the people that you know that you're going to build your business around. So you have to be willing to meet new people so that you're building that customer base, you're building those customer relations while you're learning these skills and building on top of these skills. So it has to be a good exchange of value for your time. Now, I see so many people and they say to me, Danni, I would like to do what you do. I want everything that you've got. I want to be able to retire my husband when he's 30. I want to be at every school drop-off and school pick-up and assembly and harvest festival and swimming lesson and every single thing that school do. I want to be on the committee for the school. I want to do volunteer work like you do. I want to travel like you do. I want to take my kids abroad and on mission trips and all of these exciting things. I want to be able to also buy a house and not have a mortgage, just buy a house outright. I want what you have. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, you can definitely do that. It's £56 to start your business and let's get going. And they're so excited because they can see their dreams being a reality. And that's, you know, I love that. People tell me their dreams. They tell me what they're excited about. And I'm like, great, let's get going. And then they get going and they get uncomfortable because you're doing something that you're not used to. And it's almost like they're aware that they've got to put in 10,000 hours of practice, but then they get a few hours in and they're like, nah, it makes me feel uncomfortable. And it's like, but you're doing something different. Of course that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. If you don't know how to ride a bike, to learn to ride a bike, you have to be uncomfortable with the unbalancedness, that's even a word, to get good at it. Like, come on, this is how we learn to do anything. We're uncomfortable. And then we get past that and we get better and we get better and we get better and we get better until we become an expert. So, then they give up on their dreams. They're like, it's not worth it. I'll just sit back and I'll just do the job that I hate doing for 5 days a week, 40 years out of my life, longer now that retirement age has gone up. And I'll just, you know, not really have enough money. I'll just have enough money to get by, but nothing else. And this is how I'm going to spend my life. And then I'll retire and then I'll look back and regret. And I'm like, right, okay. So for me, I never gave up on my dreams because my dreams to me were so important to me that there was never an option of not making it happen. And I was talking to my friend Luke last night and I said, the way I feel about my business is the same way I felt when I had children. I would never give up on my children, no matter how hard it is parenting and how difficult it is when you're having to go through these parenting challenges. I would never, ever give up on them. Never. I'd have a pity party and I'd be crying like, oh, it's so difficult, you know, we're going through this drama, we're going through that drama. But I would never ever say, right, I give up. I can't be a mum anymore. It's too hard. I'm just going to live my life now. It's too uncomfortable. I give up. I would never ever do that to my children. And that is the exact same feeling that I feel towards my business. I would never ever give up on my business because my business, not only do I absolutely love helping people and making a difference to the people, it is my dreams, and I am definitely not giving up on my dreams, no matter how uncomfortable it is, how much energy and effort I have to put into it, how many people I have to train that tell me that they want to do this, and I'm training them, and then a year later they're not doing it, and I'll say, why are you not doing it anymore? And they're like, well, you know, I just want to come home and just sit and watch TV. I don't want to work on my dreams. I'm like it's bizarre to me. So no matter how many times I have to teach and train people, and most of the people absolutely love it and they just embrace it and they build the most incredible businesses, but some people don't, and they give up so much on their dreams, and it's just insane. So it has to be worth the effort. It has to be worth the effort. So your dreams have to be bigger than how it feels to just sit back and go, do you know what? Not going to bother. I'm just going to sit at home and watch TV and not really bother. So your dreams have to be so much bigger than that. And you have to commit. You have to commit to learning 10,000 hours. You need to clock those hours in. And yeah, you're going to earn money while you're doing that. But you need to be aware this is going to take time to become an expert in that field, in that industry. I'm only almost 3 years in. I still don't consider myself at the top of my game yet. But I'm so much closer every single day. I build upon it, I build upon. I read books, I plug into trainings, I listen to SoundClouds. I'm constantly absorbing more knowledge and building upon what I already know and meeting new people and just growing my business. So I hope that answers the question into why I do this rather than go and work for somebody else and just spend my life just getting by, make and do. For me, my life is exciting and it is fun, and it is so worth everything that I put into building this business. Massively worth it. Even when I look back at how hard the beginning was to get a business up and off the ground, it's hard work. You know, people don't take you seriously, and you have to fight that. You have to fight through people saying to you, you're not a skincare consultant, you're not a nutrition consultant, you're not even using the products yourself, like what are you playing at? And you have to grow, and you have to get past that, and you have to become better, and you have to be willing to keep on keeping on. And most people go, no, I can't stand, no, I can't. My friend said that I'm no good at this, so I'm just gonna quit. Like, yeah, you have to keep on keeping on. I absolutely love the life that I've designed because of this business, and for me it's worth the exchange. Now for some people it's not worth the exchange, and that's okay. It's not for us to judge, but that is why so many people give up after a year, and why so many others carry on and they build the most extraordinary life for themselves and for other people. They're able to give back what they've learned to others to enable other people to have extraordinary, incredible lifestyles. So I hope that answered the question that I do get asked quite a lot. And I will start doing more videos back again, I promise. It's been a little bit crazy recently, helping different people build their businesses, but I'm back on the videos, I promise, and updating you on our journey as we go along this year, 2017. It's a good year. Thank you, everybody.